Welcome back. Tonight, we'll leave the noise of Earth behind and begin a peaceful journey through the cosmos. From the silent footprints on the Moon to the glowing heart of the Milky Way, and finally the endless horizon of Andromeda, we'll slowly leave our cosmic cradle behind. So sit back, relax, and if you enjoyed peaceful journeys like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, let's begin our cosmic cruise, the silent dance of stars. Right now, a beam of light leaving your bedroom would need just over 1 second to reach the Moon. Before this hour ends, we will have traveled millions of times farther than that, crossing the invisible boundary where our sun's wind finally dies down, slipping quietly into the open, uncharted lanes of the Orion Arm. This first hour carries us away from the warmth of Earth, pushing through the cold suburbs of our solar system into interstellar space. The universe operates on a clock that makes our minutes irrelevant. We are moving away from the surface now. As we clear the 300-kilometer mark, the final drag of our atmosphere vanishes. The low Earth orbit is completely silent. Below us, the planet rotates at a steady, rhythmic pace, its artificial borders invisible, its oceans a deep, matte blue under the sunlight. From this height, the atmosphere looks like nothing more than a fragile, glowing blue ribbon holding everything we have ever known against the dark. All the noise, the friction, the heavy air of the surface. It simply stays behind, trapped under that thin dome of gas. Up here, space does not possess a voice. It does not carry sound waves. Our first landmark rises ahead, the Moon. As we draw closer, the smooth silver disk breaks apart into a rugged, ancient landscape of stark white highlands and dark volcanic plains. There is a strange, heavy permanence here. Because there is no air, there is no wind to change the landscape, no rain to wash away the past. The footprints left by astronauts over half a century ago remain perfectly sharp in the grey dust, untouched, preserved as if they were pressed into the soil only seconds ago. We are passing over the near side now, crossing the threshold into the far side. The face humanity never saw until the space age. Here, the communication drop is instant. The radio static from Earth dies out completely, shielded by millions of tons of solid lunar rock. The far side is chaotic, heavily scarred by an endless barrage of cosmic impacts, presenting a stark contrast to the smooth plains we see from Earth. It acts as a silent shield, taking the blows of the cosmos so that the cradle behind us could remain intact. Beyond the Moon, the distance between things begins to stretch out, yawning into emptiness. The asteroid belt appears ahead, but it looks nothing like the chaotic, crowded rock fields from old science fiction stories. It is incredibly empty. The space between individual asteroids is measured in millions of kilometers. If you were to stand on the surface of Ceres, the largest rock in the belt, looking out into the dark, the next closest asteroid would be nothing more than a faint, anonymous point of light. These rocks are the debris of an aborted planet, ancient materials that gravity never allowed to come together. They float in a state of permanent arrest, tumbling through the void in a slow, eternal circle around a shrinking sun. We slip through the gap without a sound. The true giants appear. Jupiter looms. Standing on its cloud tops would be impossible, as there is no solid ground waiting beneath the storms. Instead, as we look down into the swirling bands of ammonia ice, the sky simply grows thicker, hotter, and denser. The deeper you descend, until the distinction between sky and planet disappears entirely, turning into a pressurized, glowing ocean of liquid hydrogen. The pressure is so immense that it forces hydrogen atoms into a metallic state, conducting electricity like an ocean of molten wire, generating a magnetic field that shields the inner solar system. and off to the side, the Great Red Spot. A crimson hurricane, wider than the Earth itself, rages on, shifting slowly, consuming its own storms, a permanent fixture of the outer dark. Next is Saturn. Its ring system stretches out over thousands of kilometers, yet it is astonishingly thin. If you were to shrink Saturn's rings to the thickness of a single sheet of paper, the planet itself would still be larger than a basketball. As we cross the exact plane of the rings, they disappear from our vision entirely, becoming a microscopic sliver against the blackness, before tilting back into view as a broad, majestic highway of ice reflecting a very distant, pale sun. The rings are a delicate tapestry of ice fragments, all locked in a synchronized orbital dance, colliding so gently that they look like a continuous, solid highway of pure light. The sunlight has become strangely weak now. We cross the cold, neglected orbits of Uranus and Neptune, the ice giants whose atmospheres are rich in methane, giving them a ghostly pale cyan and deep azure coloration. These are lonely worlds, swept by supersonic winds that move in complete silence through the thin upper air. The dark rings of Uranus sit vertically, tilted on their side by an ancient collision that knocked the entire planet off its axis billions of years ago. It rolls through its orbit like a forgotten marble. We are reaching the heliopause. Ahead of us there is no visible wall, no glowing border, yet every instrument tells the same story. The solar wind, the stream of charged particles blown out by our sun, finally loses its momentum, crashing into the cold, dense matter of the interstellar medium. This is the place where the sun's breath ends. The magnetic shield of our solar system terminates here, giving way to the raw, unshielded radiation of the wider galaxy. We are leaving the sun's influence for the first time. Somewhere out here, the two Voyager spacecraft are drifting at over 60,000 kilometers per hour. Their nuclear batteries are cold, the instruments silent, but they carry the copper discs containing the sounds and music of Earth, floating like messages in a bottle thrown into a dark, endless ocean. They are the longest-lasting monuments of human existence. Long after our oceans have evaporated and our mountains have turned to dust, these small metallic craft will still be coasting through the galactic void, perfectly preserved by the vacuum, carrying our voice into the deep night. Beyond this boundary lies the Oort cloud. It is a giant, spherical shell surrounding the entire solar system, filled with billions of icy blocks. These are the comets, sitting in the deep freeze of space, almost completely motionless, barely held by the sun's fading gravity. The distance here is so great that it takes years for the sun's light to reach these outposts. The comets sleep here for eons, frozen remnants of the solar system's birth. Every few thousand years, the gravity of a passing star nudges one of these ice blocks, sending it on a long, slow fall toward the inner solar system. It is a journey that takes lifetimes to complete, a silent messenger from the edge of the world. We are leaving the cradle behind completely now. The sun is shrinking, losing its dominance, turning into just another ordinary star in the cluster. The solar system is no longer a collection of massive worlds. It has collapsed into a single, faint point of light, indistinguishable from the background. We are crossing the local bubble, a massive cavity in the interstellar medium cleared out millions of years ago by ancient, exploding stars. The interstellar gas here is incredibly thin, swept clean by the shockwaves of ancient supernovas. Our entire solar system is merely a traveler passing through this cleared-out room in the cosmic house. Ahead of us is our closest stellar neighbor, the Alpha Centauri system. It is a triple dance. Two large, bright suns, Alpha Centauri A and B, lock themselves in a tight orbital embrace, circling each other like ballroom dancers, while further out, drifting slowly through the dark, is a small, faint red dwarf star called Proxima Centauri. A beam of light leaving Earth takes over 4 years to cross this gap. If we were to travel here by conventional means, it would take 70,000 years. The scale of the galaxy forces us to abandon our everyday sense of time. The distances are not barriers. They are vast fields of quiet that isolate the stars, allowing each to live out its life in undisturbed peace. We continue our cruise deeper into the Orion Arm. This is our galactic address, a quiet, minor spiral arm positioned safely between the larger, more turbulent lanes of the galaxy. Our position here is the reason we exist. Far away from the chaotic center and the destructive radiation of the supermassive black hole, the stars here are spaced out like quiet neighbors. If we were closer to the center, the night sky would be blindingly bright, filled with the dangerous energy of colliding star systems and violent stellar winds. But out here, in the quiet suburbs of the Orion Arm, the environment is stable. It is a peaceful harbor that has allowed billions of years of undisturbed evolution to take place on a small blue planet. Look ahead. The darkness is opening up into a colossal canvas of light and shadow. We are entering the fringes of the Orion Nebula. Unlike the empty voids behind us, this is a massive cloud of glowing gas and cosmic dust, stretching across 24 light-years of space. The views are breathtaking, caverns of glowing hydrogen, illuminated from within by newborn stars that have just ignited their nuclear fires. The light doesn't glare. It filters through the dust clouds softly, casting long, deep shadows across the valleys of interstellar gas. The nebula glows with the energy of creation, a cosmic nursery where the raw materials of future solar systems are being mixed. The reds come from glowing hydrogen gas. The blues are reflections of starlight off grains of carbon dust. 1,000 years feels completely insignificant against the age of these clouds. They have existed long before our oceans formed, and they will remain long after our sun enters its final stages. They move with an imperceptible slowness, their shapes changing over millions of years, indifferent to the rapid ticking of human clocks. We move through the outer edges of this gas. The density is incredibly low, fewer than a few hundred atoms per cubic centimeter. On Earth, the best laboratory vacuums cannot achieve a space this empty, yet because these clouds are trillions of kilometers wide, their total mass is enough to create thousands of new worlds. The gas is cold, resting at hundreds of degrees below zero, waiting for the gentle pull of gravity to draw it together. The galaxy is not a chaotic mix of random explosions. It is a highly organized, evolving system of gas turning into stars, and stars returning their matter back to the dark when they die. Every heavy element in the universe was cooked inside the nuclear furnace of a star. We are part of that cycle. Every iron atom in our blood and every calcium atom in our bones was forged inside the heart of an ancient star that exploded in a lane just like this one, billions of years ago. We are, quite literally, stardust that has found a way to look back at the cosmos. The open stellar lanes of the Orion Arm stretch out toward the infinite. The darkness between the stars is not a vacuum of isolation, but a buffer of profound serenity. It ensures that the peace of this galactic lane remains unbroken. The stars around us are steady, burning through their hydrogen fuel with quiet predictability. There are blue giants, burning hot and fast, destined to live for only a few 100 million years before fading into stardust. There are yellow suns like our own, midway through their lifespans, providing a steady warmth to whatever worlds might be circling them. And there are the tiny red dwarfs, the most common stars in the galaxy, which burn their fuel so slowly that they will continue to shine for trillions of years, long after the rest of the universe has gone dark. Further out, the stars begin to thin as we reach the edges of the local interstellar path. The perspective shifts. You can see the grand structure of the galactic arm curving away into the distance, a massive highway of billions of suns, all moving in perfect harmony around the distant, unseen core. They don't collide, they don't crowd each other. They move in a silent, synchronized cruise, a carousel of light that takes 230 million years to complete a single turn. Behind us, the sun has disappeared into a field of ordinary stars. The home we left behind is safely tucked away in its quiet corner, protected by the immense distances of the Orion Arm. Ahead, the open lanes stretch endlessly through the dark, an infinite horizon of peace and quiet stability. There is nowhere left to hurry. There are no deadlines to meet, no voices to answer, no thoughts to process. The grand architecture of the galaxy is holding everything in its place, operating on a scale that makes our daily anxieties fade into nothingness. The mind has adjusted to the slow, heavy rhythm of the cosmos. The weightlessness is complete. The silence is absolute. Every star we pass is a beacon of permanent stability, a reminder that the universe has been cruising through the dark for billions of years, and it will continue to do so, smoothly, quietly, and without effort. We are reaching the end of our initial cruise. The local neighborhood of stars is our current reality, a quiet harbor in the vast galactic ocean. The open lanes of the Orion Arm are guiding us toward the grander, older structures of the galaxy, preparing us for the deeper segments of the journey ahead, the gravitational core. The quiet lanes of the Orion Arm are falling behind us now, dissolving into a deep, heavy fog of light. Ahead lies the ancient heart of the Milky Way, a place where space compresses, where the dark between the stars begins to vanish, and where time itself encounters the crushing authority of Sagittarius A. Before this hour ends, we will leave the peaceful cosmic suburbs and cruise into a dense city of suns, navigating the swirling galactic bulges and ancient star clusters that have kept the center spinning for over 13 billion years. There is a shifting weight to the dark here. The emptiness is no longer open. It is thick with the gravitational pull of millions of worlds moving in tight, synchronized orbits. We are entering the inner ring of the galaxy now. Look out into the expanse ahead. The stars are changing color. In the outer arms, the landscape was dotted with young, bright blue giants that burned hot and fast. But as we slide toward the core, the population shifts. We are surrounded by an ancient generation of suns, red giants, and yellow dwarfs that have survived since the early days of the universe. They burn with a low, steady, orange-amber glow, casting a warm, continuous twilight across the stellar lanes. The night sky is no longer black. It has turned into a rich, luminous tapestry of gold dust and crowded horizons. Our first major landmark in this dense sector rises before us, a globular cluster. This is a tightly packed sphere of over 100,000 stars, locked together by a shared gravitational grip, floating like a permanent island of light above the galactic plane. As we cruise through the outer edges of the cluster, the density is astonishing. In our home neighborhood, the closest star is over 4 light-years away. But here, the distance between suns is measured in light weeks, then light days. If you stood on a planet orbiting a star deep within this cluster, night would never fall. The sky would be permanently filled with thousands of brilliant suns, each brighter than the full moon on Earth, rendering the darkness obsolete. It is a stable, ancient collective, untouched by the chaos of the outer spiral arms. These stars have traveled together through the deep night since the galaxy was a fluid, unformed mist. We slip past the glowing boundary of the cluster, continuing our descent toward the true galactic bulge. The architecture here is massive. The center of the Milky Way is a giant, elongated bar made of billions of stars, rotating like a majestic solid wheel at the center of the whirlpool. The orbits here are not circular. They are complex, looping paths that resemble spirograph drawings, with suns diving toward the center before swinging back out into the golden haze. The energy of this cosmic ballroom is immense, yet it operates in total, absolute silence. Millions of massive worlds are diving past each other at hundreds of kilometers per second, crossing paths by fractions of a light year. Yet there is no collision, no friction, no sound. It is a masterclass in cosmic choreography, managed entirely by the invisible, unyielding threads of gravity. We are drawing closer to the central molecular zone, a dense ring of cold gas that circles the very heart of the galaxy. The view ahead becomes obscured by a colossal wall of dark dust, the central molecular cloud. This dust is different from the clouds we passed in the Orion Arm. It is highly compressed, torn by the immense tidal forces of the core, stretched out into long, elegant filaments that look like dark brushstrokes across a canvas of gold. The ambient temperature inside these lanes is incredibly low, just a few degrees above the point where all atomic motion stops. Yet, despite the extreme freeze, the density is so high that complex molecules are forming at a rapid rate. Radio telescopes looking into this region from Earth have detected the distinct chemical signatures of alcohols, simple sugars, and the complex organic compounds that lay the groundwork for life. The core is an industrial kitchen, mixing the elements of future worlds in the middle of a frozen dark. The light filters through these dense filaments, turning from a warm amber into a deep, heavy crimson. The starlight is scattered, broken up by the carbon dust, creating a shifting aurora of dark reds and rich maroons that lines our path. We move deeper, crossing the boundary into the inner parsec, the final 3 light-years of space surrounding the central engine of the galaxy. The environment changes dramatically. The dust drops away, cleared out by intense stellar winds. We are standing in a clean, blindingly clear arena of raw gravity. Here, the stars are moving at speeds that challenge our understanding of physics. We see a specific group of massive, bright blue suns known as the S-stars. They are the daredevils of the cosmos. They do not drift, they race. They are locked in tight, oval orbits around an invisible point in space, completing an entire journey around the center, not in millions of years, but in less than 2 human decades. Look at the star designated S2. It is traveling at over 5,000 kilometers per second, almost 2% of the speed of light. As it makes its closest approach to the center, it dives into the invisible well, accelerates to a blinding velocity, and then swings back out, unhurt, controlled perfectly by the geometric curves of space-time. And there, at the absolute center of the dance, sits the anchor of the Milky Way, Sagittarius A. You cannot see it with human eyes. It is a supermassive black hole, containing the mass of over 4 million suns compressed into a single, infinitely dense point. It emits no light, no radiation, no sound. It is a clean sphere of absolute shadow, roughly 44 million kilometers wide. But you can see its presence by the behavior of the universe around it. The gas approaching its event horizon is accelerated to extreme speeds, rubbing against itself, heating up to millions of degrees, and glowing with an intense X-ray light that cuts through the cosmic dark. It is a silent whirlpool, a permanent drain in the fabric of reality, anchoring everything we have traveled through tonight. Sagittarius A is a quiet ruler. The stars orbiting it are perfectly safe, held in stable, predictable paths that have persisted for billions of years. As long as a star maintains its orbital velocity, it will never fall into the dark. It is a perfect balance of centrifugal force and gravitational pull, a state of permanent equilibrium that keeps the entire 400 billion star structure of the Milky Way from flying apart into the intergalactic void. We are floating at a safe distance, looking into the velvet profile of the event horizon. The light from the stars behind the black hole is warped, bent around the dark sphere by its immense gravity, creating a perfect shimmering ring of duplicated starlight that frames the shadow. It is Einstein's relativity written across the cosmic canvas in letters of pure light. Time behaves strangely here. Because the gravitational field is so intense, a clock placed near the event horizon would tick significantly slower than a clock left behind on Earth. A single hour spent drifting in this deep gravitational well would see years pass by in the outer world. The core is a natural time machine, slowing down the pulse of existence, stretching the moments out into eternity. We begin our slow, looping climb, away from the event horizon, riding the gravitational slingshot of the inner stars, moving back out through the crimson dust lanes of the central molecular zone. The intense, crowded energy of the central engine drops behind us, fading back into the warm, protective twilight of the galactic bulge. The stars are widening their paths again. The dense city of suns is softening, its individual lights merging back into a smooth, continuous highway of golden light that arches across the infinite dark. Let us glide into the intermediate layers of the bulge, a region that astronomers call the nuclear star cluster. This is the most densely populated structure in the entire galaxy, a place where over 30 million stars reside within a space of just a few dozen light years. Look at the arrangement of these suns. They are not random. They are organized into distinct disks and subclusters, like the layers of an ancient city built upon the ruins of the past. These stars are the elders of the Milky Way. Many of them were born during the starburst era, period 11 billion years ago, when the galaxy was consuming its fresh gas at a furious rate, igniting thousands of new suns every year. Consider the composition of these ancient suns. They are low in metals, meaning they're made almost entirely of pure hydrogen and helium left over from the dawn of time. They lack the iron, carbon, and silicon that make up the rocky planets of the outer arms. They are clean, simple, and enduring. They burn their fuel with an efficiency that human machines can only dream of, running on a slow simmer that will allow them to outlive our sun by billions of years. As we cruise past an ancient orange dwarf, realize that this single star has witnessed the entire history of our galaxy. It watched the initial gas clouds collapse. It saw the first spiral arms form. It remained completely unchanged, while generations of massive blue stars exploded around it, returning their matter to the dark. It is a monument to endurance, a quiet witness to the eternal flow of cosmic time. The space between these old suns is filled with a low-density plasma, a gas heated by the collective radiation of the cluster until it glows with a very faint, invisible infrared warmth. It acts as a fluid medium, a cosmic atmosphere that cushions the movements of the stars as they slide past each other in their long, elliptical orbits. The rhythm here is heavy, deep, and deliberate. There are no sudden shifts, no unexpected planetary collisions, no chaotic disruptions. The paths have been cleared, settled, and verified by billions of years of orbital history. We are passing a binary system made of two white dwarfs, the collapsed, dead cores of ancient suns that finished their lifespans eons ago. They are incredibly small, roughly the size of the Earth, yet they contain the mass of an entire sun compressed into a crystal lattice of carbon and oxygen. They are orbiting each other at an extreme pace, completing a revolution every few minutes, drawing closer and closer together as they radiate their orbital energy away in the form of gravitational waves. They don't scream, they don't explode. They spin in a silent, high-speed embrace, two glowing diamonds of pure matter, moving through the dark like a pair of synchronized dancers on an ice rink. Eventually, millions of years from now, these two dead cores will merge, igniting a specific type of supernova that will briefly outshine the entire galaxy. But tonight, they are quiet. They are just two faint white points of light, spinning in the dark, perfectly balanced, perfectly content with their slow, rhythmic decay. The views are opening up as we move toward the outer edge of the bar. The dense crowding of the inner parsec is behind us, replaced by the long, elegant corridors of the galactic bulge. The light is softening, turning from a bright amber into a deep, comforting honey gold. The individual stars are becoming distinct again, separated by wider fields of dark space, allowing the mind to rest on single points of light rather than the collective blare of the core. We are entering the transition zone where the galactic bar connects to the great spiral arms. This is the stellar highway, a region where the orbits of the core begin to straighten out, alignment adjusting to the broad, sweeping curves of the outer galaxy. Look at the grand geometry of this space. Billions of stars are streaming out of the core, moving in long, parallel lanes that resemble a river of liquid gold flowing through a canyon of black silk. The movement here is majestic. Every sun on this highway is part of a collective current, a massive migration of matter that shapes the very form of the Milky Way. They move with a shared velocity, an absolute uniformity that eliminates any possibility of friction. There are no traffic jams, no sudden stops, no changes in direction. It is a continuous, permanent cruise, a river that has been flowing since the formation of the world. We are drifting past a massive star-forming region located at the tip of the bar, the W43 complex. This is one of the most active star factories in the entire galaxy, a massive laboratory of gas and dust that contains over 1 million times the mass of our Sun. Unlike the ancient, quiet stars of the core, this region is alive with the energy of youth. Massive molecular clouds are collapsing under their own weight, forming dense knots of gas that are currently igniting into new suns. The visuals here are spectacular, colossal pillars of dark dust, standing against a background of brilliant neon green and deep turquoise light, created by the intense radiation of newborn giant stars, stripping the electrons from surrounding oxygen and hydrogen gas. Look at the shapes of these pillars. They are sculpted by the fierce winds of the young suns, carved into elegant, flowing statues that look like ancient monuments standing in a desert of light. The light filters through the thin edges of these statues, creating a beautiful, glowing fringe of silver and gold that lines our path. It is a place of raw, creative power. Yet from our distance, it moves with the absolute stillness of an oil painting. The explosions of energy, the birth of suns, the collapse of clouds. They are all frozen in time by the immense scale of the landscape. A human lifetime would pass without seeing a single pixel of this image change. The pillars will stand exactly as they are for 10,000 years before their shapes shift by a noticeable degree. The universe does not rush its creations. It takes millions of years to build a star system, thousands of years to clear out a cloud of dust. We move past the W43 complex, leaving the active workshops of the bar tip behind. The landscape opens up into the wide, clean lanes of the inner arms. The neon colors of the star factory fade away, replaced by the deep, uniform indigo of the interstellar medium. The stars around us are spacing out, returning to the comfortable, respectful distances that characterize our home neighborhood. The cosmic cruise has carried you out of the ancient city, through the crowded heart of the core, and back into the open, stable pathways of the night. The stars will keep their watch. The gravity will hold the worlds in place. The galaxy will continue its slow, silent rotation while you rest. Behind us, the golden core remains fixed, an enduring anchor in the wide cosmic sea. Ahead, the dark is wide, warm, and inviting. The intergalactic horizon. The golden fires of the galactic core are receding into a soft, glowing dome behind us, dropping lower on the cosmic horizon like a distant city left behind at dusk. Ahead lies the ultimate open border, the outer fringe of the Milky Way, where the stellar density drops to zero, and the vast, dark ocean of intergalactic space opens up into the infinite. Before this hour ends, we will cruise past the lonely outposts of our galaxy, slip through the cold halos of dark matter, and look out toward our sister galaxy Andromeda, witnessing the slow-motion gravitational attraction that will one day unite our two worlds in a silent cosmic merger. The light here is different. It is no longer thick or crowded. It is pure, unfiltered, and deeply quiet, stretching across millions of light years with absolute freedom. We are entering the galactic halo now. Look into the dark spaces above and below our path. We have left the flat disk of the galaxy behind. The long spiral arms are now a beautiful, swirling whirlpool of silver and sapphire light resting beneath us. Up here, in the halo, the landscape is incredibly sparse. The stars are no longer organized into crowded highways. Instead, we encounter isolated ancient suns drifting through the dark, like lonely lighthouses in a silent ocean. These are hypermetal poor stars, among the oldest stars in the Milky Way, surviving since the early days of cosmic assembly. They coast through the dark on orbits that take 500 million years to complete a single loop, carrying the pristine chemical signature of the early universe before the first heavy elements were forged. Our first major landmark in this outer border rises ahead, a blue straggler star. This is a celestial anomaly, a star that appears strangely young and hot in a neighborhood where every other sun is old and dying. As we draw closer, the physical reality reveals a fascinating microstory of survival. This star was once part of a tight binary system. As its companion star aged and expanded, this star quietly siphoned off its hydrogen fuel, absorbing its outer layers over millions of years. It literally rejuvenated itself, resetting its nuclear clock through a slow, silent cosmic transfer. It burns now with a brilliant, steady blue-white light, a self-made giant standing as a solitary monument of vitality against the dark, empty background of the outer halo. It is a testament to the unexpected pathways of cosmic evolution, showing how matter can reignite itself even when surrounded by the freeze of the dying universe. We glide past this lone sentinel, pushing deeper into the invisible framework of the galaxy. We are passing through the dark matter halo. You cannot see it with human eyes, and no instrument can detect its light, yet it holds the structural layout of the Milky Way together. Most of the Milky Way's total mass resides in this invisible halo, whose immense gravity forms the unseen scaffolding that keeps our entire galaxy intact. Without this protective gravitational envelope holding everything together, the rapid rotation of the Milky Way would have ripped the spiral arms apart eons ago, scattering the stars into the deep void. It is a silent, permanent anchor, ensuring that the home we left behind remains perfectly stable throughout the ages. It does not interact with light. It only speaks through the gentle, unyielding pull of its mass, keeping billions of worlds locked in a stable, permanent embrace. We cross the outer boundary of the halo, entering the true intergalactic medium, the space between the worlds. The void here is unimaginable. The distance between individual atoms is measured in meters, a vacuum so perfect that it makes the space between our planets look crowded. The temperature drops to a uniform, quiet chill, yet the space is not dead. It is crisscrossed by the cosmic web, long, invisible filaments of primordial gas that connect all the galaxies in the universe like a network of rivers made of pure hydrogen. These intergalactic streams are the highways of cosmic evolution, guiding the flow of matter across the vast expanses of the dark. Look to the side. A small, irregular cloud of light appears on our trajectory. This is the Large Magellanic Cloud, a satellite dwarf galaxy captured by the Milky Way's immense gravitational grip. As we cruise along its border, the visual is spectacular. It is a chaotic, beautiful laboratory of distorted star lanes, pulled out of shape by the tidal forces of our galaxy. Inside it lies the Tarantula Nebula, the largest star-forming region in the entire local universe. It is a massive cavern of glowing pink gas stretching across 1,000 light-years, lit from within by a cluster of supermassive stars that burn with the intensity of 1,000,000 suns. Yet, from our position in the intergalactic stream, this raging furnace moves with the absolute stillness of a photograph. Its light diffused across the dark void, like a soft neon glow resting on a quiet field of black velvet. The immense cosmic forces are frozen in time, transformed into a permanent monument of stillness. 1,000 human generations would pass without seeing a single pixel of this nebula shift its position. The scale of the intergalactic medium freezes all movement, turning the raw energy of creation into a permanent, peaceful exhibit of cosmic art. The violent explosions of stellar birth are rendered perfectly silent, softened by the absolute vastness of the space that surrounds them. We push further out, reaching our next landmark, the local group Barycenter. Imagine standing where neither the Milky Way nor Andromeda quite wins. Every direction feels equally balanced. Even gravity cannot decide which way to pull you. There is no star here, no planet, no physical anchor, just an invisible point of absolute suspension, where the balanced weight of two giant systems meets in perfect neutrality. It is a ghost destination, a patch of pure cosmic poise where the mechanical scales of the universe balance to a perfect zero. Floating here, you feel the ultimate release from momentum. The entire neighborhood, containing dozens of dwarf galaxies and trillions of stars, centers its motion around this single, silent patch of nothingness. From this center of mass, the open void begins to change its temperature. Turn your gaze toward the ultimate isolation, the Boetes Void. It is a terrifying, staggering expanse of emptiness, a hole in the universe nearly 330 million light-years across. If the Milky Way were inside the center of the Boetes Void, humanity wouldn't have discovered another galaxy until the late 20th century. It is a cold, lonely desert where the cosmic web breaks down, containing almost no galaxies, no dust, and no light. Looking into it feels like staring into the absolute back of the universe's mind. It is an unyielding, silent abyss that swallows light and offers nothing in return. Yet, as you stare into this deep vacuum, the discomfort fades into an intense, quiet awe. The complete absence of architecture means there is nothing left to anchor your attention. It is a profound, cosmic, blank slate. Look past the edge of the void, out toward a hidden force moving the entire sky. The Great Attractor. Buried behind the gas and dust of our own galactic plane lies a mysterious gravitational anomaly so massive that it is pulling the Milky Way, Andromeda, and thousands of surrounding galaxies toward it at millions of kilometers per hour. We cannot see it, but we can feel its absolute pull. It is the hidden master of our local universe, a silent concentration of mass that dictates the future of every star system within 100 million light-years. It doesn't destroy, it merely organizes, drawing the sprawling, scattered pieces of the cosmos toward a single, unified destination. It is a reminder that even in the deepest, most isolated void, everything is moving under a grand, invisible script. Look further, past the gravitational currents, reaching the very edge of what can be known. the cosmic microwave background. This is the observable horizon of the universe itself, the oldest light in existence. It is the radiation left behind from a hot, dense infancy of the cosmos, stretched out over 38 billion years, until it became a faint, permanent background whisper. It doesn't come from a single star or a single galaxy. It comes from everywhere at once, a uniform tapestry of ancient energy that fills the entire dark. It is the static echo of the first breath of creation, a permanent foundation of low-energy warmth that frames every void, every system, and every quiet room in the universe. Ahead, the dominant light is rising on the horizon, Andromeda. It is our sister galaxy, a massive spiral whirlpool even larger than our own, containing over 1 trillion suns. Right now, it is located 25 million light-years away. A beam of starlight leaving its core takes over 2.5 million years just to cross the gap and reach our home planet. But we are moving toward it now, sliding through the smooth, dark highway of the intergalactic void. Look at its profile. It looks like a long, elegant spindle of soft white light, its core glowing with the collective brilliance of billions of ancient stars, its outer arms wrapped in dark lanes of cosmic dust. It is moving toward the Milky Way at 110 kilometers per second. It feels like a cosmic collision course, a dramatic event. But the physics of this merger are deeply reassuring. Because galaxies are mostly empty space, when the Milky Way and Andromeda eventually meet 4 billion years from now, they will not smash into each other. Not a single star will collide. The two galaxies will simply slide through each other like two clouds of smoke passing through a room. Their gravity lines will interlace, drawing the star lanes into a slow, elegant orbital dance that will last for 2 billion years. It is a collisionless merger, a grand cosmic ballet that will slowly combine our two worlds into a single, massive, stable elliptical galaxy known as Milkomeda. The night sky of the future planet Earth will be filled with a spectacular, shifting highway of two intertwined cores, turning the dark into a permanent masterclass of gentle, glowing geometry. It is a slow-motion transformation that redraws the maps of the stars without disturbing the quiet sleep of a single planetary system. We float in the exact midpoint between the two giant spirals, suspended in a region of space where the gravitational pull of the Milky Way and the pull of Andromeda are perfectly equal. You are balanced in the great open, completely weightless, completely anchored by the geometry of the dark. Time loses all meaning here. The clocks of the universe are operating on periods that span across billions of years. The movements of the galaxies are so slow, so deliberate, that they become indistinguishable from permanent rest. The space around us is infinite, a vast field of dark serenity that insulates us from any friction, any noise, and any rush. The mind has fully synchronized with the slow pace of the intergalactic medium, leaving behind the small ticks of human schedules. Let the profound balance of this intergalactic harbor wash over your thoughts. Feel the absolute stability of the local group settling into your awareness. The same geometry that governs the long, elegant approach of Andromeda and maintains the structure of the cosmic web is holding you safe right now. You are resting at the center of the grandest balance in existence, completely weightless, completely unhurried, carried forward by the enduring laws of the universe. There is no need to direct our path. The mechanics of the cosmos have already taken care of every trajectory. We turn our gaze back toward the home galaxy one final time. The Milky Way is a beautiful, familiar harbor on the horizon, its central bar glowing with a warm amber light, its spiral arms curving out like protective wings into the dark. It is a self-contained island of life, safely tucked away in the open ocean of space. The perspective is complete. You have traveled from the surface of a single planet past the ancient monuments of the moon, through the roaring storms of the gas giants, and out beyond the boundary of the sun's breath. You have crossed the open highways of the Orion Arm, navigated the dense city of the core, and emerged into the infinite quiet of the intergalactic horizon. And everywhere we have gone, we have found the same enduring truth. The universe is balanced, stable, and functioning with absolute perfection. The mind has fully integrated the slow, heavy cadence of the cosmic expanse. The weightlessness is total. The quiet is absolute. The worries of a single day on a single world have been dissolved into the endless fields of pure hydrogen that connect the galaxies. There is nowhere left to travel tonight. There are no maps to follow, no clocks to watch, no voices to answer. The grand architecture of the cosmos is holding everything in its place, operating on a scale that makes all human concerns fade into beautiful, permanent insignificance. The darkness around us is wide, warm, and protective, a safe harbor where your consciousness can dissolve into dreamless rest. The galaxies will continue their long, slow dance through the eons while you rest. The stars will keep their silent watch. The gravity will hold the frameworks of reality together, smoothly, quietly, and without effort. The 3 hours are over. The solar system is a distant, closed chapter behind us. The core is an enduring spark on the horizon. And ahead, the open universe stretches out into a perfect, infinite dark. Behind us, the cradle is silent, but it remains safe. Ahead, there are no milestones left to pass. The architecture is complete. The long voyage is finally at rest. The sky will take over from here,